It's Week 15 of the 2030 season, and we'll be watching the Oilers' sure-handed wide receiver. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. It's the Oilers and the Bills, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 25.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway from Houston. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. At a glance at the man under center at 6'5", he always demands attention.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers for Cooks in that game last week: 11 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch because they don't want it to happen at their expense. They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The third down conversion is successful. Give them 12 yards that time.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the 48-yard line, here's second and a couple. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
One first down defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. And they'll be let out by their 6-year quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
And he'll find Henderson there. It's complete. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Rainey finding his target. It's Trey McBride. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run. Here comes a rookie from Michigan State. And some room to maneuver. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
Still first down.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, second down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Here now a 3rd and 20. Operating from the gun, Rainey. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
The Bills send the punter out, standing just outside his own goal line. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Oilers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's played well all year long as he enters the home stretch of the season as the NFL leader in touchdown passes. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. You look at this Buffalo defense, they're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
And stopping the run, that's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped for him next play.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the 1st. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And he makes it all the way down to the 19. A big play here for Buffalo. 54 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. They follow up that gigantic game with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. Now 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Rainey eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It'll go is a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
From the gun on third down, Rainey. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down. Back to throw. Rainey. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to ball his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at second and goal. We're scoreless after 1. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they come up now, second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
And now third and goal coming up. The loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll run here on third and goal, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And here we are in the month of December with his name sitting atop the leaders in rushing yards as the season nears its end. Strong finish here in the final stretch of games could earn him the crown.
They go play action here on first down. And that'll be incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and they're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. Might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Holding offense.
Now after the holding call, here's second and 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
It's caught left side by Cooks. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just have to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. In motion goes the tight end. 2nd and 14.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. In trouble, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Houston set to take over.
So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
Makes it 3rd and 2.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The 46-yard line.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 31-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Second and 6. The Bills' 26-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And probably the wise decision will go on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is right there. It's good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over.
As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with a slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Waiting from the gun. Rainey. Pressure comes, and down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4 receivers in the package. Here's 3rd and 7.
Looking to throw. Rainey
working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Henderson. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
2nd and 1. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Off play action. Rainey.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
One more go for this offense in the first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the pressure right. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin in the Alamo city of San Antonio, Texas, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Keenan Allen, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and they were winners in that game over the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. Trevor Lawrence, excellent in the victory, as it's one that pushes his guys 2 games above 500. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. Devon Achane, a touchdown run in the victory. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he's got this one to Henderson. It's caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one a gain of